So the NCAA, Division One men's and women's basketball oversight committees have proposed that the notification of transfer window open for 15 days following the conclusion of the men's and women's NCAA tournaments. This is what the NCAA announced this past week. The Division One cabinet will review the proposal in January now if it's approved. It will go into effect in April. The men's basketball notification of transfer window will be open April 17th. I'm sorry, April 7th to 21st. The women's will be open April 6th through 20th. This would mark the third change to the window since they introduced the concept in the 2023 academic year. Initially, a 60-day window that began following the NCAA tournament selections. It was cut down to 45, beginning Monday after Selection Sunday in 2023. And in October, it was reduced to 30 and would begin the second round of the men's and women's NCAA tournaments. The new proposal stems from a, quote, desire by both committees to wait until after the championships have concluded, close quote. The oversight committees also proposed a change to the transfer process following a coaching change, one more in line with change that was adopted in football back in October. Under the proposed legislation, there will be a 5-day period that begins once a school announces a new head coach hire for the new staff and current players to meet. And after that period, the players will have a 15-day window to enter said transfer portal. Your thoughts on the NCAA gambling? I'm sorry. Uh, shrinking. I had the wrong verb. I'm so sorry. Shrinking the transfer window.
Can y'all do anything correct?
No.
Can y'all do like y'all look at this ain't Wednesday because there's a certain coach we're gonna be talking about on Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure Coach Johnson has already did his mad scientist lab work already for it for Wednesday. Y'all want to straight down transfer window for hoops.
Mm-hmm.
What about the football?
That
What
makes too much
about
money.
like what? Y'all focus on one goddamn color so goddamn much that y'all are stupid as hell.
You just figure that out.
I just didn't say it out loud. I've been figuring it
Okay.
out. This is like the
Okay.
first time I'm saying it out loud.
Okay. I'm proud of you for saying.
Jeez, just you know what? How about we do this? How about we just take, for example, Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC,
Great.
and we make him the head of everything. How about that? That way we'll have some type of idea of what the NCAA is trying to do
You
and
mean
have some structure. Because
you
y'all
mean
lacking structure here.
you mean to have the NCAA governing body? What's the term I want to use? They actually would have sense.
Yes.
Mm,
That's what they need right now. We need some structure, okay, with the NCAA because, yeah, 2 weeks ago, well, was it either last week or 2 weeks ago, I gave y'all a pass. That says y'all trying. And then we come this week and y'all do exactly what Cole Johnson loves y'all doing so very well.
Get in your own way.
Go ahead.
That's what you all do best. You get in your own way. I love it. Only 24 hours after organizers promised to stick to their current setup, Players Era Festival CEO Seth Berger told ESPN that organizers will consider a new format when next year's field expands to 32 teams. Berger said organizers rethought their stance on following online backlash after Wednesday's matchups weren't announced until after midnight Eastern. Those games were set using the format based on margin of victory, record, the Associated Press ranking, head to head record, points allowed, and points scored through 2 games at the event. Berger told ESPN on Wednesday, quote, the reality of this is having the humility to listen. You heard that, NCAA? Humility. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about that. Woosah.
Do you even know how to
That's
spell humility?
probably not. That's all it is. We thought we had come up with the right solution. I don't know that we're going to have a bracket, but all ideas are on the table. Close quote. Berger on Tuesday said the event would not make any changes to its format, even after admitting that Vans in Las Vegas had told him that he didn't understand the way it works. On Wednesday, he said he realized the format for an 18-team tournament may not work with a 32-team event next year, which promoted his reversal. Now, to give you, I guess, a glimpse as to how things have gone, Iowa State beat St. John's, the reigning Big East champion, on Monday, and then dominated Creighton by 18 points a day later, despite playing without star Tamin Lipsey. Yet the Cyclones were matched Wednesday against Syracuse, which lost both its games in Las Vegas. Because Iowa State's overall margin of victory, plus 19, wasn't sufficient to earn a spot in the championship or third place games. Well, Iowa State decided to dispense to Syracuse 95-64. The significance of that? The winner of the Players Era title game between Michigan and Gonzaga will earn $1 million in additional NIL compensation. That's coupled with the $1 million guarantee for each participant. The runner-up will receive $500,000. The winner of the third place game between Tennessee and Kansas will get $300,000, while the loser will get $200,000. Now, your thoughts on the tweaking of this festival going to 32 teams next year?
Smart move. If everything that Mr. Johnson read in that article is true. Smart move. Because if I remember correct, I think at some point in that article, they could not release the next day schedule to midnight.
That's correct.
So people didn't even know who was going to be playing who, unless they stayed up or whenever they got up to find out. And that's not good. When you have these holiday tournaments, you want people to know in advance who's playing who and what the next day schedule will be like in advance so they can make the proper arrangements for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So,
makes sense.
I like what I hear.
Okay.
But, as Mr. Johnson will tell you, I just don't care about what you say. I care about what you do as well. So I need to see action behind it.
Fair enough. I likes. Next year, the event will look a lot different with 4 18 pods and a face-off between, quote, the 4 kings, close quote, of those groups. Berger said about that, quote, next year we'll have 4 18 groups. Beyond that, we have not finalized the format yet. Close quote. Well, something that did get finalized, but we're going to the NBA, that would be a Curry has gotten signed by the Warriors. No, not Steph. The chef is securely a Warrior. No, his younger brother, Seth, will join the crew officially. The Golden State Warriors will unite the Curry brothers again, I would have to say, as initially planned by signing veteran guard Seth Curry to a contract for the remainder of the 2026 season. And this happened today. If you're watching it on Monday, today. If you're watching it every day, watching it the days after, Monday. Seth Curry joined the Warriors in training camp but was waived just before the season because the team's financial restraints. The Warriors are hard capped at the season apron, which meant it could keep only 14 players entering the season to create enough prorated breathing space to add Seth Curry in the vacant 15th spot. There will be a wait for Seth and Stefan to play alongside each other. The chef, who leads the 11-10 Warriors in scoring at almost 28 points per game. Bron Sexuals. I thought Steph Curry was washed. What happened? Busters. It
Took
sounded like
took you long enough to go on the soapbox.
Oh wow. Oh,
I gave you an NCAA article. You ain't even going on the soapbox.
oh wow.
You-
Oh, I'm trying to be professional here.
what you ain't do? What you didn't do as soon as you talked about Steph Curry?
I can't help it. I can't. Some of the ridiculousness I keep hearing from bronzesexuals and other fan bases, it just boils my blood. Anyway, is sidelined with a left quad strain. He's expected to be reevaluated, that is Steph, of course, in the coming week. Now, his younger brother Seth, who is entering his 12th NBA season, started his career with the franchise G League's program in Santa Cruz, but then purposefully ventured elsewhere to 10 NBA teams, mapping his own professional path out of his brother's shadow, he says. Well, I mean, it comes with plenty of shooting success. The younger Curry, he has made 945 threes at a 43.3% clip. That's actually the seventh highest percentage in the league's history. He shot at NBA's best almost 46% from three last year. Your thoughts on Seth Curry now playing alongside Steph in the regular season and how you think he could actually help this team now that we are in the uh, 1 quarter of the season mark, regular season mark.
When does Steve Kerr put the both of them on the court together? That's my only question.
That still ain't my only question about Kerr.
Oh, I know that, but when he's going, what lineup will he employ to put both Currys together? That's what I want to know.
Mhm.
Because as you said, Mr. Seth Curry shoots at what, 46% clip,
Yes, last year. Mhm.
which means yeah, if you double Steph, guess what? There's another Curry on the court that can shoot too.
That would be correct.
So it's like, well, we can't get rid of Steph necessarily because his brother can shoot as well, and then you still get Jimmy Buckets, who's actually playing basketball in the month of November and December for once.
Yeah, that's a shock. He only saves up until April.
And then the young thoroughbreds over there, they have learned how to play the game of basketball the Golden State way. Cause they uh Tyrese Jackson is getting his, and you got Jonathan Kuminga is actually getting meaningful playing time and doing something with it. And Draymond is not being Drayzilla.
Yes, he's not being Drayzilla.
Gary Payton the second, he's still that defensive tenacity for the Warriors. So when does Curry employ the lineup with that involves both Curry brothers? Is my only question.
The WNBA and the WNBA Players Association have agreed to an extension on the current CBA. Now it is through January the 9th as they look to continue negotiations toward a new deal. This is what the league announced on Sunday night. The agreement includes the option for either party to terminate the extension with a 48 hours notice. Both sides agreed to the extension shortly before Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The union proposed a 6-week extension after initially discussing a 24-hour extension, sources said, while the league pushed for one of 21 days. The union said in the statement, quote, "We expect substantive movement from the league within this window." Close quote. The movement you could see from the league will be them pulling the wallets out and paying for their hoes to sit and spin. I'm sorry, my bad. Professional again. I'm sorry. The union and the league previously extended the initial October 31st deadline by 30 days last month. The league said in its statement on Sunday, quote, the WNBA and the WNPA are continuing to work toward a new agreement, close quote. Sunday's move comes as the two sides have seemingly remained far apart amid negotiations, particularly in determining salary structure and revenue sharing systems. Now, according to a November 18th report by the Associated Press and later confirmed by ESPN, the WNBA had proposed a deal featuring significant salary increases as well as a revenue sharing component, in all offering players at a maximum of more than $1.1 million and at the minimum of more than $220,000. The league's minimum salary was at $66,079 in 2025. The Supermax was $249,244. But the WNPA, BPA, and its players were not moved by the proposal. Sources told ESPN as they felt it did not feature a system in which the salary cap and thus player salaries would sufficiently grow with the business, such as what you have in the NBA, where the salary cap is directly determined by basketball related income or BRI. Players no longer want a salary cap that, in their view, is chosen arbitrarily. 1.5 million in 2025, for example, and grows at a fixed rate of 3% each year under the current collective bargaining agreement. But the current agreement also has a separate revenue sharing provision that grants direct payment to players if the league hits a certain revenue target. This has yet to happen, largely because of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your thoughts on the extension of the current CBA, and do you see any movement between now and January 9th as to have something be agreed upon?
I know you haven't said much besides be a professional and read articles code.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna help you in this like this. You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go take that last video that we did when we talked about this. And I'm just gonna clip it into this. Cause basically what you said last time is basically what's playing out in front of our face.
Yeah. Yeah. Stretch. That's what the owners are trying to do. They're trying to stretch. All right. For those who want to know the strategy of this collective bargaining agreement, I can simplify it for you like this. The players are demanding the money that they deserve because look, they're earning money and now they're turning a profit for the league. The owners are greedy AF and they're trying to stretch as far as they can. And it's a line that I heard in Star Trek in the Darkness, where Khan's character basically says that he'd want to slowly, slowly, and slowly just pound on you until your resolve weakens. That's what the owners want to do to the WNPPA. They want to stress this out until their resolve weakens. And I actually said on this air, we probably will not get a deal until maybe March. Because I don't see these sides coming any closer anytime soon. And it sucks. It sucks. You are already sustaining profitability. I just I just hope when Juju actually gets to the league, you all don't act crazy and try to cheat these girls out of money, because I just know when she gets to the WNBA, you fools, if we thought you were greedy before, oh my gosh, you all won't know what to do yourselves.